Mic check, mic check. Right. I'm back. I'm gonna try this again. I failed the last run, but I did make some adjustments, so I need to go over this whole process of going through my gear again. And I'm hoping that today I'll actually get a chance to do some gameplay other than just playing Spiritborn. Yeah, I will probably do the Whirlwind Barb after this, so I'm really excited for that. I may need to get some more
Magic in a bottle.
potions real quick. Yeah, I hope I can pull it off this time. I really do. Hope it's not like an Elias or something. Uh, yeah. It's
Excellent.
unfortunate how I went down last time, but there. Alright. Eyes focused on the goal. Worst case scenario, I can throw in more Paragon points. But let's hope it doesn't come down to that. Alright, BRB.
Hello. Like a true warrior. Thanks. Farewell.
Oh, that was quite the run. I didn't expect it to be as challenging as that. But yeah, there it is. No, it wasn't the cleanest run, but I got the job done. So there you have it. I also need to level this up as my next glyph. So yeah, I don't know where to start on that. Uh, so yeah, what can I talk about here? Okay, the first thing I'll talk about. I mean, I see there are some people slowly trickling in and watching. I don't know if anyone's hanging around, but I'll talk anyway into the void. For anyone watching the stream, hope you enjoyed that little spectacle. So, yeah. So let me break it down here. Um, yeah, killing the regular monsters was pretty easy. The play style that I have here is I vortex everything and then I activate all my buffs. So that includes, counterattack, toxic skin, hunter, and well, counterattack, toxic skin, and scourge. And then I use the hunter, um, not just as a buff, but because it also deals a pretty solid amount of damage. Now, are there ways to customize this build? I'm sure there are. I'm sure that maybe, for example, I can get rid of like toxic skin and replace it with, oh, I don't know, like armored hide or something, get more survivability. Although, with all of the barrier that I have now, from running Gorilla as a Spirit Hall with the Spirit Hall potency, along with the Fia or the Q rune, the one that gives me Druid's Earth and Bulwark, and even like a way to apply Decrepify against regular mobs. Those all together have helped me stay alive and help fix the survivability issues that I initially had when I was running this pit, or when I was running pit 50 and onward. The other thing that really helped boost my survivability was that I was running this aspect, might aspect, which gives me damage reduction every time I use Withering Fist, which is a lot. And then, of course, all of the masterworking that I did to boost my uh, the stats on my equipment up significantly. Now, the one thing I think is worth noting is that my lightning resistance is a little bit on the lower side, so I am just hoping that there aren't monsters that have like shock lances on all that. Of course, there are ways to kind of fix the resistances issue. For example, here, no, wait, this one, yeah, I rolled like 55% poison resist. I didn't really need that much poison resist, I don't think. I could have replaced this for like all resistance or something. Yeah, there's like ways that I could have adjusted my equipment for sure. I think this set of pants too, I totally could have just switched out for like lightning resistance or all resistance, whatever. So, and then here, yeah, this, like, all my gear could have been ancestral too. If I had ancestral equipment, then I think that would have also made it a lot easier to solve my resistance issues, but of course, it's not like ancestral, or that I was reigning in ancestral equipment, right? I was just using what I had access to. The two pieces of ancestral equipment I had were my pants and my quarterstaff, and to tell you the truth, I could have actually, if I really wanted to, I could have actually pumped up my, like, the number of ancestrals I had, because I have this Tribute of Radiance and I have two Infernal Horde compasses. I could have easily ran those to get ancestrals. I could have ran Masterworking material tributes to kit myself out on Masterworking. Uh, the boss powers were pretty good. I could have maxed this out. Dariel's Flaming Skull if I wanted a bit more damage, but that wouldn't have been my first priority since that would take a while. Um, and then, of course, even on my Paragon board, I was only running 144 Paragon points, which is equivalent to about Paragon like 110. I did that on purpose because I wanted to see just how little I could get away with clearing Pit 55 on. And it turns out that, yeah, I'm missing a lot of masterworking, or I'm missing a lot of ancestral gear. I'm missing a lot of Paragon points. Uh, I'm missing a lot of, like, well, at least my aspects are pretty good rolls. But yeah, I mean, I have all the correct aspects too, and all the correct tempers, although that did not come easy. That cost me several million gold for sure. And I also got Harmony of Ebawaka. This was something that I got from one of the strongholds, and this helped me significantly. I If I had not picked it up during my run, I could have also just run. I don't know which boss it is that drops Harmony of Ebawaka. I'd have to go check, but given how many boss materials I have, this was farmed solely on this character. I didn't transfer it from any other character, just from running incursions alone. And I think, because I don't think that I ran anything but those incursions, right? To pick up these boss materials and also the reputation cash rewards. Yeah, no, I would have had a pretty easy way to get Harmony of Ebawaka and whatever other uniques I might have thought that I needed, but I felt like I could get by on just this level of equipment alone, and it got the job done. So from here, there's plenty of room for growth for sure. But I'll talk about that separately in my build overview video, I guess. Um, because there's still so much more that this build can do. And yeah, yeah, there's actually I wouldn't even know where to get started. There's actually a very sizable increase in damage that is available from all the things that I just mentioned. So that's my run. This is Noxious Resin or this has been my Noxious Resonance Spiritborn. I guess that's what I'll call it because I mean, I could also call it the Ashava Poison Breath Spiritborn, but I think Noxious Resonances. I'll just call it Poison Spiritborn. Yeah, I think that would be a good name for it. But all right, yeah, I think that pretty much covers it for how this run went and my gear. In terms of how the run could have gone, if I could do well, how I did things versus how I could do things differently, I think my 1 to 60 was just fine. Ran Helltides into Incursions and to Strongholds and to Renown like I usually do. And I'm pretty happy with the overall outcome. If I had used boss powers, I probably could have just started on Penitent outright, and then my leveling process would have been substantially easier. This is true. But, of course, I did this, I think, 1 to 60 with pretty much no boss powers. I got by just fine. Of course, my 1 to 60, I was running Quill Volley. I still hadn't yet finished my build and all that. Because this build that I'm using, Torment 1 to 4, is one that only can exist if I get the Ashava's Poison Breath power, right? So I think that it's more important that I show like a different build rather than just Quill Volley again for the 17th time, because I think I've done Quill Volley like last season in the PTR and so on just to get this over with, but this season I had a pretty fun alternative, that being the Poison Spiritborn. Next time I got a number of good options. I can play around with Devourer I mean, if the summon damage is somehow any good. And if it isn't, then I can always resort to trying to play around with Thorns, which I think do not hit me as playing around with for Spiritborn. So, a lot of good options there. That'll be for probably next season. Or in the PTR. I'll think about that. I'll have to see what's cooking in the PTR. Really excited for that. That's coming next week. But until the PTR comes up, or I think the PTR is going to be next week. Usually when they do a campfire chat, it's the following Tuesday, from my experience, or for what I've seen at least. But even if it's not, that's totally okay. Then I'll just focus my efforts on putting out more content for this season. So this season, or this week, is going to be more streams and videos for season 8. I think Barbarian is going to be next right after this. I'm just going to rotate over to my Barb. And then after today, I'll probably have some fun with my Sorcerer. So that's my plan. Pretty excited for this. And I think for Torment, oh yeah, Torment 1 to 4. What could I have done differently for Torment 1 to 4? Well, Torment 1 to 4, I spent a great deal of time the first like 2-3 hours trying to sort out what build I was going to play. I was originally going to play Quill Volley, and I was experimenting with Centipede, or Devourer, I mean, and all that. I'll play around with Devourer again a little bit after I end this recording. But yeah, yeah, I was playing around with Devourer, I was playing around with Thorns, trying to do like a jack of all trades build, but then I finally settled on Ashava's Poison Breath just because of how busted the damage can become. So I don't regret anything. I think it was the right call. Gotta play around with a build that probably won't be available after this season. that will only really work this season because of the massive amount of poisoning damage that Ashava's is supposed to do. It's kind of weird because the damage ticks on it are only like 50k or something, but then when I hit something, they take like 200 million, and it makes no sense. But all right, I mean, it works in some ways, which is nice. Anyway, so yeah, overall, I guess really, if I could do everything differently, yeah, of course, I gotta pick up Ashava's boss power first. This build simply doesn't work without it. Then pick up the other boss powers second. This setup is fine, but ideally we could have run Lilith's Wind of Hate. I think that would have been better because then there would have been more targets to proc the poisoning on. I probably would have replaced, to be honest, I probably would have replaced Andaryl's Flaming Skull for it. I think that 20% more damage is nice, but I think that being able to poison multiple targets would give me a lot more damage when it comes to fighting bosses. So that would be my plan there. And then of course, after picking up the boss powers, just spam incursions for like an hour or two to max out powers, or at least get them to rank 11. But Ashava's boss power, as a main power, definitely has to be maxed, no question about it. Then as for my equipment, yeah, probably I should have ran like it should have been tributes. I feel like tributes is like the quickest, surefire way to get like these ancestral legendaries. I probably would have run it on Torment 2 if I didn't feel comfortable running it on Torment 3. And then with whatever ancestrals I picked up, I would have buffed up my guy here. Or my girl, I guess. I made a female Spiritborn. Uh, and yeah, I would have done these ancestral legendaries first. I would, since I already got Harmony of Ebawaka. Otherwise, getting uniques is usually first priority. So uniques first, then ancestrals second, uh, runes third, because I had no runes. I had to run these in order to get runes. And if not, then I could have just gotten dexterity, but I would have needed more paragon points to fix my survivability issues. And then probably master working materials last, to buff up my gear. And then, yeah, I mean, even with just 2 glyphs, I was able to take care of business just fine. Um, Definitely would want either spirit or fitness to be maxed out first. Both of these actually. Like in retrospect, I probably would have chose to level up these two first. But of course, there's an issue of getting these 2 glyphs. Um, yeah, so that's the order I would have done it in. So yeah, this run ended up taking me closer to 9 hours instead of the 7 or 8. Well, I originally expected to take 6, then 7, then 8. But yeah, if I could do things differently, or I'm talking about like the Torment 1 to 4 part of it. If I could do things differently, all those things that I mentioned probably would have shaved off, I want to say like 2, maybe 3 hours. But I did also spend a lot of time playing around with different combinations and charting down my results and not really using any of these Paragon points. I'm sitting pretty at only 144 Paragon points. That's the equivalent of like Paragon 110, so I could have easily thrown in more Paragon points.
I wish Feyira could see this place. Oh, I do miss her.
Uh, hello? Hello? Darn, how long has my mic been muted for? Because, okay, so there's, um, hold on a second. I gotta check something. Because might have been talking into the void for the last, like, 30 or so minutes. I had third? Oh, okay. I'm still talking here. Paragon points, that's the equivalent of, like, Paragon on. My mic actually cut out, like, wait, hold on a second. More Paragon points. My mic cut out like a minute before the end of the recording. That's actually pretty funny. Okay, well, that's fine. I can leave that in there. Whatever. 40 minutes, it would seem. No, no, not at all. Because no, I did a mic check at the beginning. And the mic was fine. And then I did my Pit 55 clear, and the Pit 55 clear, I was supposed to be muted anyway. But then after I did my Pit 55 clear, I was actually talking and trying to see if I could. Well, yeah, I was kind of going over everything. Um, yeah, and I did pretty much go over everything that I wanted to, and then my mic cut out just before I tried to like go to Kyovashad and then do my little spinny thing and then put up the wings. Didn't really say anything too important there, so that's all right. But I was trying to explain to you, Lawless, earlier. Hey, by the way, first of all, yeah, long time no see. It feels like, and I hope everything's going okay with you. Yeah, so you were asking if I'm still not done, and actually, your timing is actually pretty funny because I actually showed up sorry, you showed up just as I cleared Pit 55, or just after I cleared Pit 55. So I actually just finished on Spiritborn. That rounds out 1 to 60 with every single class in the game. Yeah, so one character for each of the classes: Spiritborn, Druid, Necro, blah blah blah. So I'm finished now. I've done one with each. Now I can kind of mess around and have a little bit of fun with the game. And yeah. How are you doing, by the way? What's up with you? Yeah. Okay, so while you talk about that, because I was muted, you didn't hear any of what I had said here. I don't think anyone did. I was checking Pit. I want to actually see in Pit 45 if I can actually, if Devour is any good. Makes sense. You're good. You're gonna hit affiliate on Kick, so I'm on there right now. Oh, really? Yo, hey, can you link me to your Kick real quick? Is it the same as on Twitch, like kick.com/Lawless County? Maybe I can go and I have a Kick too, but oh shoot, I just realized that 388 million is Devour like that much better or something? Okay, hold on a second. Uh, maybe. Yeah, I don't know why Devour is like does so much damage. What? I 70 million. I don't know where. Like, I don't understand how any of this works. But you're about to be in a league game, so gotta go. Okay. All right. Good luck, man. Just real quick, are you playing ranked? Okay. Let me. I'm gonna drop you. Well, actually, I'm not logged in, so I can't drop you a follow. But tell you what, I will at least lurk. Yep. I will tune in here. Yeah, okay. I am hanging out in your chat, and luck with your game. All right, here. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna take off Ashava's poison breath here. I'm gonna try again real quick. I do have plenty of Artificer stones, right? Yeah, I'm not really... Well, I'm not really lacking on Artificer stones. Alright, let's see how well this Centipede skill works. Whoa. Whoa, this thing does like 0 damage. I mean, I haven't, oh, hold on. No, it actually does do a pretty sizable amount of damage after all. I think if I combine it with the Noxious Resonance, yeah, I'm kind of liking this. Devour with Noxious Resonance is pretty cool. Yeah, this season, the Poison Breath is just way stronger, but yeah, I still see that I can hit for like 13 to 23 million. Oh, okay. I can get behind it. Yeah, alright. Cool. That was good to know. Alright, so at least I finished that. So now I don't have any regrets. I don't think there's anyone else just waiting in chat. I was looking for someone earlier, but I may have started the stream just a little too late. Or maybe they'll be here later. So, if anyone wants to see gameplay, then yeah, let me know. Otherwise, I'm gonna assume that no one's watching and that I'm gonna actually get to work on my video, the pit 65 clear and all that, and I'll get going from there. Okay. Yeah, glad I got my question answered. So Devourer, uh, I guess it's Devourer. It's just inferior. This season at least to Shava's Poison Breath, even with Beastmaster's training. Oh, cool. It's not like a crit with it either. So that's for Spiritborn. I'm gonna switch over to Whirlwind Barb, I guess, next. Yeah, gonna hang out here. Actually, it seems there's more people hanging out now than there were earlier. I just saw that the number of viewers has gone up, so I may have to.
Good place for us to regroup.
Well, yeah, I'll give it a little bit. I want to take some time to actually set up
Survive,
my
Skosglen, and you'll
video.
be the stronger for it.
All right. Yeah. All right. I'll BRB, I guess. There is an incursion. I can run incursions, but I don't really feel like it right now. Okay. Hold up. I'm gonna work on my little video here. All right. So I'm rendering the video that I'm uploading to YouTube. Um, and then now that that's done, oh, my my bad. Didn't mean to have myself talking in the background, but yeah. So that's finished. Okay. So I have the yeah, I have the render going. I'm gonna upload my video in a second, and then I have to make another video a little later where I put the two parts together. I'll probably do that in about an hour, maybe 2 hours. I think I have about 2 hours. Yeah, I'll probably do that in 2 hours where I take each half, or I take like the full Spiritborn run and then I throw it all in. So I'm gonna do that. But yeah, while I'm while I still have a little bit of time, I wanted to actually take a step away from all this gameplay I've been doing recently of like grinding out with the Spiritborn and actually do something a little bit of a. I wanted to show off my little passion project I have going on here. I don't know if anyone cares for it, anyone in chat. This is my I want to call it a pure whirlwind barbarian. When I say pure whirlwind, I mean there's no dust devils, there's no earthquakes. There are gores, gores devastating grips. I don't really like that so much of the power budget has gone into gores, but it is still resembles a whirlwind barb the same way that a ring of Mendelin still resembles
Unfortunately,
the minion Necro. But yeah, anyway, I wanted to kind of show this character because it is a really fun one for me to play. So yeah, gonna just show it. And yeah, I have gores, but even Whirlwind in Torment 3 can hold its own. And I want to show the setup for it a little later. But for the time being, just gonna focus on farming. Just maybe do 1 or 2 runs, show the build off. You can tell which damage numbers are my whirlwinds and which one is my gores because gores hits for like 100 million, but whirlwind only hits for like 26 million. Yeah, so that 100 million was gores, like my gloves, right? But just the regular damage numbers, like the 15 million, 20 million, those are not as bad. Or those are not as hard hitting. I think I saw 13 million in there, 3 million, 3.5 million there. Oh, hey, what's this? There is a treasure goblin. I think I need this for sure, but oh yeah, it's obols. Okay, nice. I don't know what I want to do with those obols now. I don't know which of my characters I would use that on. Definitely not my Spiritborn anymore. Uh, yeah, normally I would use that as a pretty cheap way to gear up a character, but I mean, he got by just fine. Maybe I can mess around with making a Blizzard Sorcerer. I kind of want to do another 1 to 60 with Blizzard Sorcerer, but not really sure yet. I gotta think about it. A lot of good potential options. Or maybe I should save it for the Season 9 PTR. Yeah, I'll have to wait and see. But right now, yeah, I actually haven't really tested this character in... I didn't really test this character anywhere except for in the pit, so it's actually kind of nice to see that it does indeed serve its speed farming purposes really well. I also, you know what? This would be a perfect time for me to buff up the Lilith power. That was what I was originally intending. Yeah. Oh, an ancestral helm. Not that I need that. Entering an enemy with a core skill. Has to extend berserking. I don't really need that. Armor and fire resist. It's too bad, really, that I have Ugly Bastard Helm. Otherwise, it would be a pretty good one to have. I also need to clean my stash. I might actually take some time to clean my stash. I don't know. I don't normally do it on stream, but, you know, I'm just... At this point, now that I've done all the 1 to 60s, I am celebrating by just doing whatever I feel like. And I feel like I should probably clean my stash. just so that I can, well, yeah, should probably start cleaning my stash. There. Then again, I can't really clean my stash until I finish going over the whole Spiritborn, the 1 to 60, like on that build video. Like I can, but I wouldn't want to. Yeah, love seeing these little zits, blisters, whatever you want to call them. Just show up and immediately go down. Also, yeah. The setup for this build is so straightforward. You just activate the ult, and then, yeah, the ult not only buffs you with berserking, but it also pulls all the monsters to you, and then you just start whirlwinding. Rather than going to chase down every individual monsters, why not let them come to you? This, I don't even really need the full build rotation. Probably even just this by itself would be enough. Well, okay, there's a DR monster here, but if there was no DR monster, I could probably get by on just Whirlwind alone, but... Okay. I mean, there's more eyes here. Oh, that's another thing, too. I should start farming the, I should actually start trying to run the tributes for runes so that I can get whatever runes I need. I can actually start speed farming on this build now, which is really nice. I don't have to play Sorcerer if I don't want to. I got a lot of options for farming now. And then I also need to work on that Companion Druid, so there's like a lot of different things that I need to do for sure. I realize that I still haven't done any sort of build overview video for the Companion Druid, but the Companion Druid's a special case. If I'm surprised that no one's ever asked this. Not that, I mean, I guess most people don't really care, but I've do all these build overviews for all the 1 to 60s and Torment 1 to 4s that I've played, with the exception of the Companion Druid. And the reason why I don't do Companion Druid is that if I'm going to do one for the Companion Druid, then I gotta make sure that if I'm going to be playing the Companion Druid, that it is... or I'm going to make sure that if I'm doing a guide for the Companion Druid, that I put in the proper amount of love and care that a guide for the Companion Druid deserves, because it's my favorite build. It probably seems like a ridiculous reason for most people, but that's genuinely how I feel about it. So, that's what I'm waiting on. There. I have like 12.5k life on this setup. And fortify. Still got plenty of room to grow the build too. Yeah, I think I did masterwork everything though, and some of these items are also like masterwork rank 8 out of 12. Alright. Yeah, let's let my gloves do their thing. Yeah, you can tell which, like, based off the health bar, whether or not a Gore's proc occurred or not. Alright. Belial should emerge soon. A lot of Behelots, too. Okay. There we go.
Insolence is at an end.
Alright. Now I just start spinning. And yeah, these blisters are quite helpful. Yeah, I definitely want to max out these blisters. Yeah, that'd be... Been looking forward to messing around with this for some time now. That's a fair bit of Spectral Ash. I think I got like 400 out of that. Yeah, I can actually start maxing this out now. That's good. right. Uh, yeah, that was me soloing that incursion too. I mean, it's not as impressive as soloing an incursion before, uh, like soloing incursion before they made all those adjustments to the game. Um, yeah, I remember they made like a whole bunch of adjustments to the game to make it easier to run incursions even if you're solo. So like that was like last patch. So that was a good change. Lilith's Wind of Hate. When I cast a skill, you know something? I've never actually used this. There it is. There's the Lilith's Wind of Hate. I want to try this out sooner or later as a main power. Enemies take 60% increased damage from Wind of Hate each time it hits them, up to 300%. That is a lot of damage. But I don't think I'm gonna end up using. Well, I don't think I can have multiple of these in a row, right? I think that there's an internal cooldown of about 2 seconds. So. Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, it looks like there's a bit of a delay on it. But it does say each time it hits them. So if I hit them 5 times, like a boss or something, yeah, this thing could do a lot of damage. Maybe if I were still playing Thorn's Barbarian, this might have even been a better alternative as compared to Harbinger of Hatred's Volley. But I'm not entirely sure. I'll have to see, like, I had to max this out first and see how far it goes. But I'm maxing it mainly as, for the modifier power, but still, now that I have this, should have some fun with it. 241,000. I went from 70k to 241k. Yeah, kind of curious now to see just what this power is capable of. I might have to run some more incursions, but yeah, this is looking kind of nice. I forgot what I was using before though, as my. Oh yeah, right. I was using Wandering Death's power, of course. I mean, I use it as a damage amp. Yeah, damage amp is pretty useful. I should consider, instead of doing this for the incursions, maybe, or instead of running incursions to get Spectral Ash, maybe I should just go start slaying bosses with even any of my other characters. But then again, I don't really know which character I need specific uniques on. That's the problem. Like, I already went and did all of the ones that I'd wanted. Oh yeah, it's every time I cast a skill. So yeah, channeling this whirlwind doesn't do me any favors. But here, maybe I try Frenzy for a little bit. It hits for like... Wait, did it just... Oh no, it went into invulnerability phase, I think. Yeah, I just want to see how much damage this thing does by itself. Yeah, I'm hitting for like, what, 2 million? 15 million? I think that was 15 million. Oh, okay. Ooh, 5k. Yeah, these spikes are actually hitting for a pretty decent bit of damage, but I don't know if it's better than Harbinger of Hatred's Volley. I'll have to wait until it's maxed out and then compare.
Your insolence is at an end.
Okay, that definitely wasn't my damage, but yeah. There. Good. Okay. Salvage all these. And then, yeah, I can go back to Tree of Whispers. Surprised I don't have enough to level this power. Hey, Lee. What's up, dude? Yeah, how's the sorcerer going? I was helping you with that yesterday afternoon, right? Sorry I had to dip out so soon, but I did get you your helm, so I think yeah, I think that was good. How's the game going? Oh, it's going great. It's going great because I finally finished my Spiritborn, just a little before you got here. Finally finished the Spiritborn, and now I can move on to other well, other things. And starting off with this barbarian.
I can break
So this barbarian that I'm making is little like mini side project I've been working on. It's just a whirlwind barb. Nothing special except I'm trying to make a whirlwind barb that is like a pure whirlwind barb. Pure as in it doesn't use any sorts of dust devils or earthquakes. None of that. Just a pure classic whirlwind, except I am using gores. Is going good? Okay. How's your sorcerer? You mind if I take a peek and see? Are you online right now? Actually, let me whisper. Infinite axe here. Hold on. Are you online right now? I'm guessing you're not. Alright. I'm gonna maybe splurge some. Oh, okay. Two-handed ancestral. Oh, overpower damage. Earthquakes deal increased damage and their damage is converted to fire. I'm just looking for one two-hander that is got strength as the main hand.
No, right, calm down.
Oh, there we go. Finally.
Get away before somebody sees.
It's max life again. And Fury on kill. I can't use this. Yeah, they keep giving me everything except for strength. It's actually pretty frustrating, I admit. But, okay. You just got off? Oh. Oh, shoot. Oh, okay. Well. That's all good. I'm gonna actually take some time to also, I guess, sort of want to sift through my gear. Anyway, yeah. So you said you got off. All right. Do you have an interest in Barbarian at all? I'm gonna show you, or I can show you a bit of how my Whirlwind Barb is working, at least, if nothing else. Yeah, it's gonna take a while to get this boss power maxed out, but who knows? Maybe I can get. You're still working on your Rogue Dance of Knives. I love to take a look at that build. Okay. Yeah, no, I'm really happy to hear you're enjoying Dance of Knives. Were you using my build for it? Or were you using like somebody else's? Or maybe your own build, I don't know. Oh, actually pretty close to getting the last two ranks here of the reputation caches. I did not know that this comes with uniques. Soul brand. Okay. Alright. Yeah, I want to take a moment to, I think I'll actually try to clean out my stash. I have too much garbage. I have to actually start to make some room here, for my characters. I don't even know where to get started here. I don't think. Oh, no, this is armory loadout. That means that I used it before to go clear to 55 and all that. Let's see you take a look at my road I get on now. Let you see. Okay, yeah, please. Yeah, I'd be glad to take a look and give you some. Well, yeah, share my thoughts on it. Yo, this is crazy that I haven't like the vast majority of the weapons I have are GA on everything except for strength. This is like the one item I found that rolled strength. It's so frustrating. Maybe if I talk to... Yeah, I'm just kind of chilling now. Just slow playing. I'm not really, actively trying to farm anything. I'm really happy with how this Whirlwind Barb is. I didn't really show its progress on stream. I did it as like a off-stream little side project. I'm guessing that this is... Yeah, okay. Lee Burgess. Yeah, that's you. Or Berg... Yes? Alright. Fire. Does she have anything I can take advantage of? On equipment masterworking cache. Alright. Yeah, let me actually grab some pale marks and try to mess around with this. Masterworking cache. Hooray. Although I should have tried opening it in Torment before. Hey, more masterwork
That's what Papa
materials.
says.
Okay, so I got 300 before, right? Does this mean I
I've
can
been practicing.
salvage material cache? Sure. I mean, I'm kind of on a shortage this season.
I'll try to
Uh,
make this quick.
restock, defensive, salvage, sure.
Check, check, and yes, all balanced out.
All right, defensive, cache. This is huh. This like he giving me all these like earthquake stuff, and they even give me some like um GA ancestrals, but it's still not what I'm looking for. Okay, so this is I was getting 300 Obdicite a moment ago. Now, if I switch it back over to Torment 4, I'm kind of curious to see if that number increases. Anyway, let me know when you're on your rogue, and I'll be happy to take a peek. And yeah, but until then, I'm just gonna keep trying to farm a little bit. Got a fair bit of Obdicite without having to really do anything, which is kind of cool. Maybe it's time for me to start running Infernal Hordes again. It's been a while since I've done that.
Much from me, boy. But I think a demon took more from you.
Masterwork
You will
cache.
always have an
So this
ally.
is Torment 4.
An
Now if I
ally,
grab
say.
this
But
Masterworking cache. Oh, it's still only 300. Alright, so I only ever get 300 out of it. What about these other... Oh, I've already used up all of the rewards there. Sure. Legendary rings and gold. Distilled fear. Is there masterworking materials, or did I already pick that up? I guess I already picked that up on them.
We need reinforcements.
I already picked up masterworking, I guess, on everybody.
Stronger together.
Yeah, I did actually pick up masterworking on everybody. I just was lazy to farm masterworking materials. All right. And
Could
let's
use some help.
reinforcement. All right. Yeah, now I have a little bit more masterworking. Okay, 1300. That saves me a lot of effort. Flare, jade, strength. Oh, two-handed slashing. It's not bad, but it's not great either. All right, whatever. I'll just burn through the rest of this. Sure.
Did I count it out right?
Salvage material cache. Yeah, okay, why not? Gotta get more salvage materials. And yeah, it just got worse and worse. Okay, I'm gonna stop there. That's about as far as I can go, I guess. Now, what can I do? Where can I go to have some fun with this build and show what it can truly do? Actually, what runes do I have? Maybe I can have some fun and farm some runes. Haven't done really much of that. Yeah, I have a lot of Tributes of Harmony. Maybe do something with that. Ascendant Uniques. A lot of good options. You take a look at it now? Okay. Yeah, I will go and check it out. Give me a second. Alright, let's set this back to Torment 3 real quick. Then I can take a look at your guy, then switch back to my guy. Oh, speaking of which, just before... Actually, I'm gonna pull up your guys' equipment, but I need a second. I need to do something real quick, and then I'll properly take a look at your setup and all that. Hold on a second. Where's my Spiritborn? Ah, there it is. Okay. What do we have here? Cal of the Nameless. Oh. This is Dance of Knives. and I see you're running Shadow Clone. And didn't we talk about this before? I remember you were the one you can't do Torment 3, man. Okay, so was your goal to make it a Torment 3? Refresh me. It's been a while since I've yeah, it's been a while. So I want to figure this out here real quick. Grasp of Shadow. Were you trying to follow my build, or are you trying to follow someone else's? Because I'm just trying to refresh myself here on what the whole gig is. Grasp of Shadow is cool. Tybalt's is fine. All right. Yeah. That's actually maybe even better than what I had. Okay, you rolled armor. That's fine too. Um. Oh. Okay. All right. Interesting. You went for physical damage. I don't know why you opted to go physical damage, rather than like crit strike damage or one of the other types of damage. The problem with physical damage is that, well, I guess physical damage is fine. You need to get Torment 3. I see. So your goal is to get Torment 3. I see you. I don't know where to really start uh with your build. Um okay, give me a second. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna switch over to my rogue. That way it'll be easier for me to compare notes, because if I were playing like Companion Druid, I'm a lot more familiar with Companion Druid. I can do it off the top of my head. But unfortunately, with Dance of Knives Rogue, I'm a little bit less familiar with it. So I'll have to pull up my character and compare here, right? Because I dog walked Torment 3. Torment 4 is where things get really tricky, but Torment 3, I'm sure I could. Oh, whoa, can you go back in game? I can't see your rogue. It seems you went back into character select. Yeah, I was just switching my character real quick. So now I can hopefully take a look at it and then tell you what you need. Okay? And I also forgot to take a look at what. Okay, there you are. All right. Your Paragon level 151. When I cleared it, I was Paragon closer to like 200. So you would probably want to level some of your. Well, no, wait. What am I talking about? I'm talking about for Torment 4. If you're going just for Torment 3, you don't even need to be that high level. And probably even like a couple boards is fine. You followed my Paragon boards, right? Like, uh, yeah. Did you make sure to pick up the glyphs and legendary nodes that I picked out? Because I can't see your Paragon boards. I can only see your items. And I have feedback on items, but I want to sort out like Paragon boards too. The other thing is boss powers. You said you don't have the expansion, or you do have the expansion? Because if you're playing the if you well, I mean, you can get the Wandering Death's chest beam. You can get Torsk's Rage, and you can have Outlaw Sharpshooters for sure, right? The Harbinger of Hatred's Volley is the one that might be a little difficult to come by. Um, and you don't have expansion. All right, yeah, it's starting to come back to me. All right. Okay, I think I know what might be the issue is. Uh, you're not using the right. Okay, interesting. So every piece of equipment that you have has a different problem, I would say. So let's start off with this. This well, yeah, starting off with this dagger. You have dexterity damage and crit strike damage. Okay, that's not bad, but I would roll off crit strike damage for life. Then like right now you're running physical damage. You took physical damage on like a bunch of stuff. For some reason you chose crit strike damage on some and you chose physical damage on others. But you should always just have crit strike damage. Um because the problem with physical damage is it only works with Dance of Knives. Like it doesn't like if you were to use cold imbuement, we talked about this. I remember. You should be using cold imbuement. The reason you should be using cold imbuement is because here, right? You see that cold imbuement, you can if you do cold imbuement, your Dance of Knives damage gets converted into cold damage. Hey, what's up, just a guy? Good to see you. How's it going? I'll catch up with you more in a second, but I'm trying to help Lee Burgess out with his Dance of Knives rogue, and I'm explaining what things he should adjust. So, Lee Burgess, we talked about this. You're still running Shadow Imbuement. You should run Cold Imbuement. And I'll show you why, right? You see this? It says Cold Imbued skills deal 20% damage to crowd-controlled enemies and double this bonus against frozen enemies. So this by itself is like, what, 40% more damage that you're doing? And it's like all of your damage multiplied by 40%. Yeah, I don't know how familiar you are with damage multipliers. But yeah, so 40% more damage from this, and then you also get 15% damage to chilled enemies from this, and then you get 30% damage against frozen enemies from this one. So you get a 40% damage multiplier potentially from mixed cold imbuement, and then you get an additional 30% extra damage from frigid finesse. The shadow imbuement is nice, but you don't get like you get a lot of AoE and it's really flashy and all that, but you don't get nearly as much raw damage as you would from cold imbuement. So that's like the very first thing that comes to mind. You probably really should replace your shadow imbuement for cold imbuement. So that's first and foremost. Then let's see. You have Godslayer Crown. I think I run Godslayer Crown, right? Godslayer Crown, Tybalt, and Grasp of Shadow. Okay, that's good. At least you have that going for you. The fact that you have the correct. Yeah, you followed my helm. Actually, your helm is better than my Godslayer Crown, I think. Let me take a look at my Godslayer Crown real quick. Yours is like a 45%. My roll is higher, but whatever. I mean, that's not a big deal. You're gonna go with cold? All right, good. That should be a good starting point. I also see that you've put a lot of time into masterworking your gear. That's good. You're actually better masterwork than I am. All stats, max life, damage to elites, cooldown reduction. So this is good. I wouldn't touch this. This is in a really good spot right now. Your helm's good. Your chest armor. Okay. This you should try and temper chilling weight, okay? So there is a tempering recipe. I'm trying to find it. Not imbuement abundance. Okay, I don't know why it's not here. Oh, it's the first one. Alchemist Control. Chilling weight and Shadow Crash. So you want chilling weight, but you need to put one. Like, the thing is, you want to masterwork this. Ideally, you want to roll for dexterity, but, I mean, any kind of masterworking for this would help. It won't let me... Yeah, it won't let you, It won't... Wait. Oh, it won't let you, temper this one because you probably used up all of your, temper reroll attempts already, haven't you? If you've already rolled this, like, 6 times, then you're not going to be able to put another, temper on it. So you would need to run Infernal Hordes and then open the chest at the end. I could even run that with you in a second if you want. But let's circle back to that, okay? This honestly, this chest armor masterwork it. Well, it won't let you masterwork it because you need to have 2 tempers on a legendary item. Right now you only have lightning resistance as a temper. You need the utility temper too. That's why I'm telling you you need to roll you need to put a temper on it from utility. So like Alchemist Control, like I said, I'm sure you have it by now given how much you've played on your rogue. So you should use the utility aspect or utility temper on it, and then you'll be able to masterwork it. That's why you can't masterwork it right now. Okay, so that's your chest armor. Your gloves are good. You even rolled marksman and cutthroat skills. 3 thumbs up. That's good. That's fine. Tybalt's okay. Caltrops, Dark Shroud. Yeah, I think I know what the heck is happening here. I think I understand why you're struggling so much. I don't know why you're running Caltrops. I understand. Well, I can understand why you're running Dark Shroud and all that, but there's a skill you're missing. The skill you're missing is concealment. You should be running concealment. This is why you're having so much trouble. It's because you don't have concealment. So be no good. I don't know what be like be no good is. I don't know what you mean by that. But indeed you're missing concealment. I don't know, like dash. I'd probably get rid of dash here. Let me take a look. I don't even know why you need dash on this build. Dash here. First strike chance. No, you don't need dash, man. Get rid of dash. Yeah, this is why you're struggling so much. Now it makes perfect sense. Yeah, so you need to get rid of dash and replace it with, what skill are you missing? Concealment. This dash is pointless. There's no reason for you to be running dash. None at all. Get rid of your points in dash and then put them all into concealment. You want concealment, then you want enhanced concealment, and then you want subverting concealment. So this is the magic behind this entire build, okay? The reason why you're lacking so much damage is because you don't have this. Subverting concealment makes all of, so how do I explain this? So the way the build is supposed to work, right? The thing that you're missing, I'll show you. Right now your build doesn't run concealment, and I'll show you what happens when you don't have concealment. Where is... I need a pack here. Okay. So, you see here, I start channeling, right? And they're... Oh, it's laggy. You see that they are still getting hit. They are still taking damage, right? But they're taking damage very slowly. But meanwhile, if I use concealment, right? And then I start casting, then you see they take a lot more damage. Look at that. Now they're dying super... Well, they're not dying super fast, but they're dying pretty quickly. The reason why they take a lot more damage when you activate concealment, there's actually 2 reasons. The first is that concealment applies vulnerable. So you actually get, like, when they're vulnerable, they take a lot more damage from them being vulnerable. And then the fact that you get guaranteed critical strikes for the entire time you channel Dance of Knives. So let me teach you how it works, okay? You have to you activate concealment, so your guy goes like invisible and all that. Then you start channeling Dance of Knives, and you don't stop channeling Dance of Knives. You go as far as you can with your Dance of Knives. Don't stop. Hold down, like, I don't know if you're on controller, I don't know if you're on mouse, but you just gotta keep holding it down. Don't let go. Do not let go of your mouse, okay? Or do not let go of your Dance of Knives channel. Just go as far as you can. The reason why is because as soon as you break your channel on Dance of Knives, as soon as you break your channel of Dance of Knives, all of a sudden your damage will suddenly go way lower. You see? Well, like, it's hard for you to tell, but you see the monsters are dying a lot more slowly than before. You see there's a lot more white numbers that are hitting for like 200,000, but then now if I switch back to concealment, you see now all the numbers are yellow, and I'm hitting, instead of 200,000, I'm hitting for 3 million, right? That's a pretty massive difference. That's what you're missing. No wonder you can't make it in Torment 3. It's because you're missing concealment. And concealment is a massive part of the build. It's like 20 times your damage. Well, it's 20 times my damage, but in your case, it might vary a little. Okay, now I'm going to try with cold imbuement, and... yeah, this is with cold imbuement, too. You see everything's frozen, and now, like, okay, they're dying a little more slowly, but that's because I think these guys are a little tankier than the previous ones that I was hitting, right? So, yeah, try that. That alone should already be, like, a pretty big multiplier to your overall damage output, as a starting point, alright? But I'm also going to tell you that the aspects that you're using are also incorrect. Let me pull up your build one more time. Okay, let me look at this. Okay, so... profile here. Yeah, so you have your Godslayer crown, Juggernaut's tunic. Oh, yeah, right. Incorrect aspects. So I'm gonna. Yeah, you don't have the same aspects that I'm running. You should be running, well, the ones I have here, like uh Edge Masters. You should have Edge Masters. I'd be amazed if you don't have Edge Masters. Like, get rid of this. Get rid of this aspect and replace it with Edge Masters, please. Uh like the whole point, like, Edge Masters is free damage because you should always be at like maximum primary resource unless you're using the wrong boss powers. Okay, there are some boss powers that drain out your entire pool of energy. Yeah, like you need to, but I mean, assuming that that's not the case, then yeah, you should be using. Well, yeah, you should be using Edge Masters. How much point do I need in concealment? Okay, ideally you want it maxed out, but even 1 point is fine. Even 1 point will make your build like 10 times better. And I wish I were exaggerating when I say 10 times, but as I just demonstrated, it's the difference between 200,000 damage or 300,000 damage versus 5 million damage. So it really is a 10x difference, if not even more than that, if you're building your guy correctly. So your concealment should be at least 1 point, but uh yeah, ideally you want it rank up to 5. The reason why is because um oh, I only have 1 point in concealment. Okay, well, yeah, 1 point concealment is fine. Yeah, because the reason why I was suggesting having more points into concealment is because if you have more points into concealment, you're actually reducing the cooldown on it. But typically speaking, you don't really need to have that many points. You just need to have access to the ability, the effect that I was just talking about. Where did this come from? Why did I get a chest armor that's like 61 item power? That's really bizarre. Oh well, whatever. So okay, so that's for concealment. Let me see what else you've got. All right. Uh, you automatically. Okay, you're at the end of dash. Get rid of that aspect and replace it with a nebulous bruise, so you can get more movement speed and so that you can get more healing potions. That's another thing too. What's your movement speed? Per Dark Shroud Shadow. I guess that's not terrible. Yeah, I think you probably will be fine. Like, if you, I can't really see your skill tree, but as long as you're using momentum as your skill tree, as your key passive, then I think that that part's okay. Anyway, okay. So just to recap, right? For your aspects, you want. Oh, you have. Oh, I see. You have Edge Masters, but you put it on your dagger. No, you should. Okay, different aspects. I specifically put them on different item types on purpose. In the case of Edge Masters, you put it on your bow because it will double the amount of damage you get. So in this case, you're getting 42. Well, up to 50% more damage just off of having your energy bar maxed out, which is pretty much all the time. And then on your two weapons, you should be running Clandestine and Star Shards. I think you already have Star Shards, right? Yeah, you have Star Shards. That part's good. So you can leave Star Shards. You just need Edge Masters in your bow. I'm gonna write this out for you, so it'll be easier for you, okay? Edge Masters aspect in your bow. And please make sure you don't have any aspect that drains out your energy, because if you do, then it will kind of negate the damage bonus from Edge Masters. So Edge Masters in your bow, and then you want Clandestine in your dagger, Star Shards in your dagger. You're using daggers instead of swords. That's still okay. That's acceptable. You run Stolen Vigor on your amulet. I think that's correct. Yeah, okay, good. You have the same as I do, which is great. In your amulet, which you already have done. And then I run True Sight and Synergy. Um, and the reason I run True Sight and Synergy,
Your efforts are for naught, mortals. This realm is mine.
synergy
I shape it
in
as
your
I wish.
ring. There you go. So I've listed it out for you. So use those. Uh, yeah, yeah. Your I'm just looking at this. Poison trap duration. Yeah, I don't know why you have poison trap duration as your temper. It really should be chance of Dance of Knives to deal double damage. That's the other issue too. Like your tempers are wrong. Uh yeah, like I don't instead of physical damage, it should be cutthroat attack speed. So here, I'm gonna write that in too. Tempers, cutthroat attack speed on all weapon or on daggers, weapon, rings, amulets. Yeah. And then temper. Yeah, so there you go. You want cutthroat attack speed. The reason why is because it's another damage multiplier. So you'll just from putting on attack speed, I think you get like double your damage from as compared to what you have now. Well, maybe not double because you already have attack speed elsewhere, but it's still gonna end up giving you more damage. Like this one, this is the right roll on your cutthroat attack speed. So there's a lot of stuff there. I know it's a lot of stuff to take in, but yeah, I hope that gives you some baseline to get started. Yeah. Okay, you let me know if there's any other questions you have, but so far I feel like I've already given you a good amount of stuff to work with as it is. All right. Uh, yeah, I've already written out everything for you. Here's what I'm thinking. You try like all the stuff that I told you, try to like make all the adjustments that I just wrote. Okay? You don't have to do all of them, but it would be a good start. Um here. Give me a second. Wouldn't Shadow Imbuement be better than Cold Imbue with Godslayer? Why would that be? Why do you think why do you think that Shadow Imbuement would be better with Godslayer specifically? What's so special about Shadow Imbuement for Godslayer?
I'm with you, friend.
Sorry about the noise in the background. I'm just trying to sort out. Um, I'm releasing a video later tonight of my Torment 4 clear, so I need to I need to make sure that that's all fine and dandy. Okay, I do that good. Hey, by the way, Lone Wolf. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I'm just kind of chilling, trying to help out Lee Burgess on his setup, and um, yeah, also playing some Barbarian. Yeah, you let me know if you want to see me play like Sorcerer or something else. But right now, I'm just trying to have fun and chill and enjoy my enjoy my whirlwind barb. Mm. Shadow imbuement with bitter infection. Bitter infection. Let's take a look. What's bitter infection? Oh. Oh, I see. Shadow imbuement. Yeah, okay. So my thoughts are that I'll be honest, I didn't try bitter infection, but I don't feels increased damage. Okay, hold on a second. Trying to do two things at once right now, so all right, good. Where was I? Ah, yes. So regarding okay, so going to bitter infection, it might be better. It might be. But here's my line of thinking, okay? First of all, I'm not super familiar with bitter infection specifically. For me, I tried to max out, like I really try to pump out as much I try to get as much damage out of Dance of Knives as I can. And what apparently happens with cold imbuement, right, is that if I run cold imbuement, then I get 40% or yeah, 40% damage against frozen and then 30% damage well also against frozen, right? Shadow does do lots of damage. You're right. But right now you're saying that you're struggling to even clear stuff on Torment 3. And I'm telling you that yeah, like the most readily available way to do damage is with this setup that I mentioned. If you really want to keep Shadow Imbuement, you can try Shadow Imbuement, but I just don't. I mean, you said yourself you're struggling to do damage, and I'm giving you an alternative on something that will help you do more damage just off these multipliers alone. Now, Bitter Infection, if you want to try that, well, yeah, Bitter Infection is like a different setup that I am like that's outside of my outside of my scope here, but it might be better. I don't know. Um, Shadow Imbuement, Bitter Infection. Oh yeah, this one. But the thing that kind of gets me about Shadow Imbuement is 140 per second. Does it really do that much damage compared to Dance of Knives? Because the thing about like I haven't tried I think I did try a bit of Shadow Imbuement with Bitter Infection, but I didn't really get that much damage out of it. It's not like Cold Imbuement, which has like two crazy damage multipliers against ads and even against the staggered boss. So yeah, that's why I'm saying like yeah, Shadow is nice. It does do lots of like AoE damage, but in terms of like maxing out the damage at Dance of Knives, I had a lot more success out of Cold Imbuement. That's what I can say there. It runs with Festering Shadows. I want to try something really quickly. Oops. Uh, what did I have here before? Oh wait, no, there was nothing. Okay. Well, I'm a little curious now. But I mean, this isn't an end-all be-all test. I'm just curious to see like if what the damage difference here is, or if this does that much damage at all. Oh, hold on a second. I think I need to activate this. It's part of the issue. 33.5k, is that right? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. You can, like, if you really are insistent about Shadow, then I'll tell you what, right? Lee Burgess, um, try Cold first. If you really don't like Cold, if you really feel like it's not making that much of a difference, then switch it back to Shadow. But definitely, start off by, like I said, put on Concealment. Get rid of Dash, put on Concealment. I genuinely think that if you use Concealment properly, suddenly you'll be able to Dog Walk Torment 2. Or Dog Walk Torment 3. Yes, yes, we talked about this before. I said Cold is better. I think that Cold, you get a lot more out of Cold. But of course, yeah, maybe there's some build out there that is more like that you get a lot more damage out of Shadow Imbuement, but my setup uses Cold and I get a lot more damage out of Cold. I mean, I could try to get into specifics, but I've already tried to do so twice, and I don't think that I don't know if these numbers mean anything to you. So yeah, use Cold. Um, you're gonna get off, but you'll be back on in an hour. Well, funny enough, I have to hop off in an hour, so that's unfortunate timing. Either way, though, you're still here. Okay, that's fine. Okay, well, either way, as I explained, right? Like, there's uh here, if you really want to keep your shadow imbuement, try all the other things I listed out first, because yeah, concealment is a really big deal. You're not even using concealment. Like, it's not even on your skill bar. You need to start using concealment. It's not a it's not like, that's not optional. Like, you need concealment for your build. Like you're actually handicapping yourself by not using it. The rest of your gear is actually looking pretty good. Actually, some of it's better than mine even. Godslayer crown, Grasp of Shadow, Tybalt's, you have all those. Juggernaut's tunic, that's also all good. The rest of your equipment, like, we can kind of work on slowly, but start with concealment and then start with having the aspects that I listed above. And then the tempers too. Ideally, you want to have like cutthroat attack speed on most of your equipment, but of course, yeah, I mean, every little concealment's the starting point. Start with concealment, and then you can try the things that I mentioned one by one. Concealment's and aspects, okay? Concealment, then the aspects, and then if you feel like you have enough damage for Torment 3, then you can stick with Shadow Imbuement. But if you're lacking damage, like, this is how I felt. It was only when I switched over to the Cold Imbuement that I felt like I could comfortably make it into Torment 4. Before I switched over to Cold Imbuement, it took forever to do Torment. Well, I couldn't even clear Torment 4 without Cold Imbuement, so you do that cold damage. Okay, well, great. Yeah, you let me know how it goes when you try it then, okay? I'll be back here again, I want to say tomorrow, but not actually sure. I should be here tomorrow. If not tomorrow, then Thursday morning. But, uh, yeah. I'll do... Well, yeah, that's basically that. Yeah, but that's a very good question, though, then, Lone Wolf McQuaid. I didn't know that that was a setup that people had, running Shadow Imbuement with Bitter Infection. I don't know if that really... Oh, I see, because Godslayer Crown actually pulls people in. But yeah, either way, I'm not super familiar with that setup. But yeah, maybe it would be better than mine. I'm not entirely sure. I've never tried like Shadow Imbuement on like my bow and then maybe trying to like pull monsters in like that. Um I just max out cold damage because of the damage multipliers. It helps even for bosses because you stagger them so quickly with cold imbuement. What you keep calling it temple, but I think you're referring to temper. The temper that you need on your chest armor, tempers should be should be, I guess, total armor. I guess total armor would be fine. Total armor with, uh, alchemist control. Okay, there. Body armor temper should be total armor with ranks of chilling weight. I wrote that in chat, so yeah, hopefully that helps. Oh yeah, world boss in 2 minutes, so I'll maybe join in that in a second. Um, oh man, I can't wait to clean out my stash. Yeah, necromancer too. Yeah, I need to actually get rid of all this like necro equipment. I don't actually need a whole bunch of necro equipment at all, now that I think about it. Why do I still have this? Let me start getting rid of some of these. Oh, mana per second. Oh, intelligence, cold resin, devouring blaze. 3 mana per second. Cold resistance. Yeah, there's a lot of things that I can get rid of, for sure. Skeletal warrior mastery. Hmm.
I forge more than horseshoes and nails. What do you need?
Yeah, I'm gonna need to keep cleaning out the rest of this a little later. Yeah, once I make that Spiritborn video. One more reason for me to actually make that video. How about your chest piece? I'm so confused. What do you mean, your chest piece? Your chest piece, I thought, is your body armor. What, like... You're asking what to put on your body armor, but that's the same thing as your chest piece, right? It's called the chest armor slot. I'm not sure which...
Quite the challenge, eh?
Like, I don't know what else you'd be referring to. Okay, here we go. Oh, I see. I understand now. I was wondering why no blisters are spawning, but I guess this doesn't actually work when I'm fighting a world boss. I see. I thought resilient was for, like, monsters in the pit, but no, they're specifically preventing us from using that boss power for world bosses. Now it makes perfect sense. Which kind of gets me thinking, maybe Companion Druid with this Lilith's power could be kind of insane. I think I also got some Spectral Ash out of this, don't I? Alright. Alright. Yeah, world boss. This is Torment 3. I don't know, maybe I get some useful runes out of it. I have no idea. It feels like legendary runes actually do feel like really rare this season now, so a little difficult to come by. Oop. Like looking at chat for 2 seconds and he spits out this little beam. Alright. Yeah, so basically I'm just kind of showing off my Whirlwind Barb in action. In fact, maybe I should... I don't really know what to do. I guess I could just show gameplay of my Whirlwind Barb taking on Lilith. Torment 1 Lilith to show how I dealt with that boss power. Because I needed to clear it with this guy in order to get the Lilith's one to hate, and that was a little troublesome. Then I kind of want to show the Pit 55 clear. But I may have to do that one off stream at some point. Oh well, whatever. Okay. Here. Spinning. Done. Hey, I got some more reputation. And I also got a Nair rune. What is this? I forget which one Nair rune is. Okay, I didn't actually get any Spectral Ash out of that, surprisingly. Well, whatever. I think Nair rune is the thing that gives me shrouds, right? Or not shrouds. It gives me invisibility through rogue's concealment. Yep, okay. Nice. Now what? It's done. That's some runes that I don't really need. Betrayer's Husk. I should really consider doing these. Oh, you know what? I know where I want to go. I want to actually try to deal with some of the bosses to get Spectral Ash. Yeah, that'd be a good idea. Kind of curious to see. Okay, actually, this would be a good time to show it off. My build against like Lord Zir and all those other bosses. Now would be a good time to try it all out. All right. Oh. There we are. And just want to check this real quick. Lilith's Wind of Hate, 3.2% of the elite's life. That's a really handy one. Like, I'm really curious to see if I can actually push Pit with that power on the Companion Druid. But I have to wait a little bit to find out. Like, since that actually takes like a percentage of a boss's life, it does look like it'd be a very useful power. Oh, keep interrupting my casts. Okay. Okay, back to Karagar then. And I'm gonna get some elixirs and incense.
What's left, you ask?
Magic in a bottle. Excellent.
My amount of veiled crystals is running low too. It's a little concerning, but whatever, we'll have to do. Okay, so I'm gonna attempt to do this Zir here. This is Torment 3, so fun stuff. I'm gonna show this. So I gotta make sure I avoid getting hit by that, but otherwise, yeah, this is how the fight goes, more or less. You can see I actually do have the... Ow! Yeah, as I mentioned. It can kind of kill me with that. Go! Yeah, I gotta avoid getting hit. Yep, not bad. He actually spawns blisters, doesn't he? Yeah, there's the blisters.
I have your back, friend.
Oh, shoot. Almost got me with that. These blood pools can actually kill me, so I gotta be careful about those. Oh. I tried to hit these blood blisters and kill them fast enough, but they are actually a little troublesome to bring down. Especially if he casts that while I'm trying to hit the blisters. Yeah. If I had a little bit more damage, maybe I could bring them down. Like, I need to kill them in about 15 seconds, or else they disappear. I don't get much out of it, or I don't get anything out of it. Well, we got him, at least. So, yeah, I just wanted to show that. That's the Whirlwind Barb in action so far. I don't know if I have a way to really get it all the way up to, like, clearing Torment 4 bosses, but at least it can comfortably clear T3. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't really have a way to, like, pump up the damage that much higher than what I have here without having to, like, go into the extremes of making sure I get the right rolls on everything, get a masterwork everything, gotta, like, get more points into my Paragon board, although I already have 5 5 legendary glyphs and 4 legendary notes, so yeah, I'd be very hard pressed to scale this character at this point through any means aside from just running like more masterworking and more better glyphs, right? What is this helm? Ooh, ugly bastard helm. And it is a 98%. It's a GA. This is amazing, actually. Except the Wrath of the Berserker cooldown reduction is like a minimum roll, but what's Prolific Fury? Is it this one? I get Fury Generation. I don't remember which one's Aggressive Resistance. Oh, it's this one. I would have much preferred Aggressive Resistance. That would have been really nice to get like 5 ranks of that, and then I just get a lot more DR. Well, that was an unexpectedly nice find. I was only really here to show the build off, not to really get anything out of it. Yeah, I'm gonna start selling these. I don't need these. Yeah, so that's for... Oh yeah, that's for my gear. Or that's me taking on Lord Zir. I think I even cleared a Whisper out of that, so I'm gonna take care of that real quick. Then I'm gonna do Lilith, and then maybe I'll show my Pit 55 clear. Yeah, just showing off my Whirlwind Barb here. And then I'll probably do like a separate video for it. Again, like there's nothing to really be invested in for this character. I hadn't like... It's not like I built this all the way from... Well, yeah, it's not like I built this from the ground up. Torment, or like level 1 all the way to Torment 4. I'm using just this character alone. I was basically using my Thorns Barbarian, and then I just reset its skills and items, and then I saved all the Thorn stuff in the armory and all that. So yeah. I still don't... Can't for the life of me get a two-handed mace that has dexterity on it. Greater collection of gold sounds pretty tempting. I actually really need gold right now. I got only like 5 million out of that. It's too bad. Okay. You know something? What I could do...
If you want work done, let's get started.
This is a pretty cool amulet. It rolled GA on cooldown reduction. I can try to like replace CSC for, you know, more ranks to some
Good business and
some passive modifier, but I don't have enough gold to keep infinitely doing it. And I made the mistake of I mean, I made the mistake of not. I think I was offered heavy-handed. That's the one that I should have taken. Like I got offered like one rank of heavy-handed. I got offered two ranks of heavy-handed, and I didn't realize that heavy-handed was for two-handed swords. But now that I know, I would have gladly taken that. And I haven't managed to roll that since. It's too bad, really. I'd almost gotten it like right on the first try too. But now I'm like gated on gold and materials. Either way, it's fine. I lose out on a little bit of damage, but still the build is mostly functional even without it. Oh, you know what? I just remembered something. 38%. Yeah, I don't have that maxed out because I needed to roll damage to berserking on this, which means I need to actually get one of those scrolls of restoration. I think I'm gonna run Infernal Hordes in a second, but yeah, there's a couple of things I need to do here. I'm gonna run Pit really quickly just to get the Whisper. Then maybe I'll take on Lilith, and then I'll do the Infernal Hordes. Yeah. I don't know. I want one that's like really easy. Later I'll do the one for Torment 4, but if I can just blitz through this, it should be good. Burgess says, "Yeah, man. I know that skill was good. Which skill? Which skill are you talking about?" I'm not sure if we're talking about my Barbarian now or the Dance of Knives Rogue or what. Yep. So yeah, I can spin through it. Like this is kind of the vibe that I was going for this Barbarian since the beginning, where you can just spin right through everything. Pretty fun to play. But of course, it does have some resource issues. There is a way to solve that, actually. I wonder if I have it somewhere. Do I have that Pock Rune? I think I have that Pock Rune, don't I? I think it might be in use right now. Do I not have any Pock Runes? I know I had a Pock Rune on my Spiritborn. Maybe I'll try to see if I can fetch that next. Because if I can run Pock Rune, then I can be like a permanently max like Fury or something. Limit skill. Yeah. Spend resource, gain resource. I think I have a bunch of resource generation, right? Because I'm permanently in berserking. And I have war cries that give me resource generation too. days. They're saying that it's 41 days until the start of the new season. Interesting. Yeah, I kind of want to try to push this build up into like higher end pit. I'm actually curious to see how far I can get it to go, but I think that's probably going to take a back seat to me trying to play the various sorcerer builds, having like a T4 ready sort of setup for that. Okay. I head down to the bottom right. Yeah, this is just for a whisper. I don't really know if I need whispers, and sometimes I'm kind of curious if I might be better off trying to like do Helltide so I can find gilded barons and other types of goblins. Yeah, I feel like 1 or 2 goblins is enough to like hit me out for a while. But that's that. Why can I not find anyone? Okay, well this run's taking a lot longer than I wanted it to, but still, the fact that, yeah, this is pure Whirlwind Barb and I can clear up to Torment 4 with this is nice. Definitely need to get a video going for that soon. Maybe there's going to be some controversy regarding the pure Whirlwind part when I'm using Gores, but... eh. This blister clone. That. Alright. Whisper complete. And then... I don't know if I have any other ones that I would need to really level. Yeah. Actually, hold on. Yeah, Lilith's Wind of Hate, Black Mirror's Sabotage, Cinderat's Flames. That sounds about right. Alright. I can try to level this one, I guess. It's a 16% chance, but... Oh! That one actually worked. Well, isn't that something? Deal increased damage while I have barrier active. Yeah, I don't really need that. Okay, so that's done. I want to try. Oh, I remember what I was doing. I was in the middle of trying to like max out this boss power. Yeah. I'm trying to get this to rank 20. Yeah, I was gonna have some fun with it. Well, I mean, the fact that I'm running Infernal Hordes might have me covered. Oh yeah, that's what I was trying to clear Lord 04 too. Not just to show off the build, but to get these Spectral Ash. Because, yeah, the fact that, like, the weird thing about this build that I was thinking about, right? And let me switch this out real quick. There. The really bizarre thing about this build is that, like, the bizarre thing about Whirlwind in general is that it is not, it's typically not considered not to be very good for single target, right? Single target being like elites, bosses, and all that. But the thing is, with Lilith's Wind of Hate as a modifier power, I actually generate like these, like an alternative method to do lots of damage to bosses, right? Since those little blisters only have 10% of the boss's life, I have to like kill it in like 15 seconds, which is easier said than done, but if I can do that, then I haven't, like, my Whirlwind is already hitting the boss, and I get to hit, like, 2 other targets at the same time I'm hitting the boss, and so, in so doing that, like, I actually can do a lot more damage, essentially, with that setup. Okay, yeah, so then she goes up into the sky. Yeah, I don't know if I'm making any sense here, but... Oh, shoot. I can actually tank it, though. It's not like before where it was actually an instant kill. Take increased damage from Blood Orb creation? That's not good. Yeah, all these immunity phasers are so annoying. Yeah, like, I'm just showing this so... Oh. Yeah, I'm just showing this to reveal how, like, Ow. That one hurts. Yeah, I don't know why she gets to, like, jump around so much. There, finally. Just waiting for her immune phase to wear off. What? I have no idea what killed me there. What? Okay. That was weird. So this is how my Lilith fight went before, or something like that. It took a while to... Oh yeah, then she goes into the sky immediately. Nothing I can do about that. Okay. Oh. Okay, so then she goes into second phase. And she goes up again. Ouch. Where am I getting all this fortify from anyway? Yeah, this is indeed a very annoying fight, but there, okay. Now I'm not gonna make the same mistake that I made earlier where I just died to this thing. I think that's what killed me anyway. Avoid. And then here is you're trying to avoid standing on the platform when it breaks out or breaks down. Definitely do enough damage for this. Okay. I'm trying to let Rahir tank. Oh, yeah, here. And then I have to avoid getting hit by these. Oh, shoot. Okay, so then she goes back in the sky. Oh, I think it's over here, right? Yeah, this side. Okay, there. And then I hit her. And then there's one more phase after this, I think, where she'll break this ledge. And then all that. There. I gotta wait for her to make it back to the middle. Nope. I think she dies here. Yeah, there. Close one. But see, with all the health that I have, it's a pretty solid fight. So I wanted to show that because I might end up using that in my video where I talk about clearing Lilith for this power. Lilith fight for Thorn's Barb. Or for Whirlwind Barb. Yeah, there you go. You getting back on later tonight? I think so. Well, I'll have to see. I'm not sure. But if I do get back on later in the evening though, it's gonna be like much later. I'm talking like in like 6, maybe 7 hours or something like that. Yeah, maybe. But I'm expecting that tonight I'm gonna be working on putting my like Spiritborn build guide together. So it'll probably like the next time I show up here will probably be tomorrow, realistically speaking. At least that's my plan. Okay, so yeah, that was my fight against Lilith. So that's what I did to unlock her boss power. It took me like 4 or 5 tries to get used to her mechanics, but I do enough damage that as long as then I tank her attacks well enough with fortify, barrier, and all my armor and resistances and DR that I can kind of get away with, well, playing like that, I guess. Okay, so I don't really get Spectral Ash from the Lilith fight, but okay. I think I'm ready to... Did I not activate Potion? No, I did activate Elixir of Fortitude. Weird. Okay, I'm gonna run some Infernal Hordes. I need to do this for a couple of reasons. I need to do it for Masterworking Materials. I also need to do it to get those Scrolls of Restoration so that I can max out my damage while berserking for Blood Rage board, since I'm lacking some damage from that side. Oh. Oh, this is Torment 1. I made this mistake last time, too. Well, this is okay, though. No, this is not okay. I gotta switch it. I gotta switch it. This is kind of a waste of time. If I'm gonna be running these, then I should do it for both this and for the Scroll of Restoration and Masterworking Materials. That's a stupid mistake. I burned one of these 8 waves for no reason. That's okay. I still got another one. I made the same mistake last time too. As soon as I cleared Lilith, I moved to try to do one of these infernal hordes, but kind of tempted to run a wave 10. How much stuff do I need to masterwork? I don't even know if I have enough masterworking materials for all that. I think I'll stick to getting my Scrolls of Restoration. This is the only way I know of to really get one, aside from Dark Citadel, but who really runs Dark Citadel? Maybe other people do, I don't know. But no one really talks about it as a go-to leveling spot. Or go-to anything spot anymore. Wait, what happened to my power? I thought... Yeah, I'm using Lilith's Wind of Hate, but it didn't spawn anything. It's a little strange. I should also probably get that rune where I spend primary resource to get offering. Yeah, that would be a pretty helpful one, I admit. Alright. Okay, Hellborn are hunting me. That was good. Hey, Aaron! What's up, dude? Yeah, I haven't seen you in a while. Yeah, everything okay? Hope everything's going alright with you, man. I'm playing... Hey, actually, you know what, Aaron? I think you were asking about Thorn's Barb. Like, funny enough, the last time I feel like I talked to you was before I did Thorn's Barb. Did you ever get a chance to see my Thorn's Barb run? Because, yeah, I did the Thorn's Barb run, and then I actually did an entire build overview video detailing how my Thorn's Barb, how I put it together, and, you know, it's not... Some people might argue it's not really a pure Thorn's Barb, because I was relying on a boss power to deal with bosses. I mean, that was the thing, right? Like, I was talking about how I was reluctant to play Thorn's Barb because of bosses specifically. But I realized that, yeah, there's some boss powers that are actually very strong, and I can use the boss power, because this season, you saw your Thorns briefly? Oh, okay, nice, nice. Yeah, because this season I realized that Thorn's Barb, I mean, the boss powers this season are, well, I mean, they're part of the game, right? They're part of the season. I can't just ignore the fact that they exist, so I think it's fair game for me to actually use it. Whereas with, like, Earthquakes and everything else, I feel like it's not, like, a proper Thorn's Barb or Whirlwind Barb if I'm using, you know, damage sources on items that are, like, external to the build I'm trying to play. Whereas boss powers are, like, a direct add-on. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, you know, like, there's only a couple choices available for boss powers, but then for, aspects and everything, there's, like, so many other options. And, yeah, that was for Thorns. This, like, I finished Thorns, like, a while... Hold on a second. Aether Fiends grant +2 Ether. I think I should do this one. Yeah, so... Yeah, that was for the Thorns Barb, but now I'm, you know, on my downtime, like, whenever I have, like, an hour or two to just chill, I've actually been working on this, Whirlwind Barb. Now, I don't know if you care much for Whirlwind, but, yeah, I see that there's, like, a lot of people who are playing, like, Whirlwind Barb with Earthquakes, and I wanted to actually make my own, Barbarian without having to rely on Earthquakes and Dust Devils. And, yeah, this is what I got so far. Is it, Torment 4 viable? Like, I cleared a Pit 55. I'm gonna show that at the end of the stream just to kind of prove it to people, but, yeah, it can make it into Torment 4. I just don't know if it can kill all the bosses in Torment 4, because you need, like, hundreds of billions of damage to do that. And well, I don't have that much damage. Whirlwind is cool. Oh yeah, Whirlwind is like Whirlwind is interesting. It's interesting in the sense that hold on a second. There, should be using these. Aether Lords now spawn. Chance for elites doubled. Okay, yeah, definitely want that. Oh, you've been working on a minion necro. How's that been going for you? Yeah, how far, like, what's your highest pit clear on it? And, is it any, like, because I did a minion necro video, too. I don't know if you use that as inspiration, or kind of curious to know. Yeah, benefits of having so many different builds. Although, oh yeah, right, there's a PTR next week, I think. I mean, they said that they're doing the campfire chat this week. Traditionally, from what I've seen, that usually means that it's like a week out, or like 4 days out from when the PTR is actually scheduled to take place. And it seems like a little early, but yeah, I want to get in on that and kind of show people different, well, yeah, I want to actually have a chance to do like my level 1 to 60 and talk about my characters. You're still on pit 45. Oh, I see, I see. Okay, so here's, I don't know if you know this, but apparently, you can actually get overpowers on minions now. That part you might already have been aware of, but it turns out that there's a way to get minions to like consistently crit an overpower, and that's by using, there's like a rune, Zan rune, I think. It's like if you get enough offering, then you get like your hits are guaranteed critical strikes and overpowers. And that's what a lot of minion necros are running with Ahu rune, which is like lucky hit. You get offering against monsters that are non-healthy, I think. Or you get offering upon a lucky hit of monsters that are non-healthy, I think is how that rune works. So they run like Ahu and Zan, and they actually get like consistent crit overpowers on their minion necro. I did not know that that was a thing until just, I think, yesterday. And so I wanted to kind of share it with you, because maybe that might help you. I don't know if that, like, if you have those runes, but that information might help you progress through pit and whatnot. The other thing I'm kind of curious about is, do you need any particular uniques? Do you need help at all for your build? Because I have every class, right? I made one of every class, so if you need me to help farm a specific unique for you, then I can try to, like, hop on whatever character you need help with, and then I can just start farming for whichever unique you're interested in getting up and running. I think all my characters are like T4, or they can clear up to T4, so I mean I could run some like T2s easily. Yeah, just let me know. Be happy to help out there. I've been trying to, like, I did my 1 to 60s and Torment 1 to 4 on every class, so now I want to focus on just playing, having fun, putting together some weird builds, sorcerer. Like, I have a lot of sorcerer builds in the works. Yeah, gonna have to do a fair bit of that. Your necro's on hardcore. Oh, never mind. Okay, I guess I really can't help you on that then. Right, you're a madman. The thing is, like, I played hardcore. Actually, you were there for that stream, I remember. I did hardcore, and that was a struggle. Yeah. Okay. Okay, definitely this one. Okay, I think I know what I need to do. I think after I put together my build for, or my guide for the Whirlwind Barb, I'm gonna need to figure out which of the sorcerer builds are like the people actually want, but that no one's playing, or that no one has guides on. Because I feel like that's kind of what happened with Dance of Nice Rogue. Death Trap was like the flavor of the season, so everyone's just doing Death Trap Rogue. even though there's a lot of people who still love Dance of Knives and would love to have like a working Dance of Knives build. I mean, even now, my Dance of Knives video is like performing a lot better than all the other ones I did, like Ice Shards and Minion Necro and all that, because there's plenty of other people who already have guides on those. So I need to pick these like less popular, but still very much desired sort of builds. You got lucky, and someone power leveled you to 60 for free. Oh, okay. Ah, interesting. Slaying Hellborn invigorates you. Nah, that's okay. Means damage. I'll just do Soul Spires, grant 2 times Aether. Oh, it required 2 times the kills, though. That was a mistake. I mean, they're all pretty bad, but whatever. Yeah, I'm really enjoying this. I really like that I can spin to win and work my way through this Whirlwind Barb, but I think that one of the problems is this Fury issue. I don't like to run out of Fury at any point, and so I might need to use Pock Rune with Lumrune to help solve that Fury issue. I'll have to see what happens. I have resource generation too, I think, right? Especially while I'm in Berserking form. So, yeah, it should be okay. And I got this ultimate that pulls them in too. Really liking it. Setup. Oh. All right. Not bad actually. I'm closing in on like 400 ether. I think I'll be able to hit 400 ether on this run. Maybe a little bit more even. I just wish I had access to more like Hellborn stuff. And this is like solo with a Whirlwind Barb too. It's nice. Alright, yeah, I'm excited to show this build off. I mean, not everyone's gonna love it. Probably get bombarded with dislikes, but yeah, I'm sure there's gotta be other people out there, right, who want to play pure Whirlwind. Like minus the Dust Devils and all that. Yeah. Okay. Gonna get going here. Oh yeah, I also have like a whole bunch of these, oh no, maybe not on this character, but I have a whole bunch of tributes from Masterwork materials. I could rely on those too. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna start spinning here. Hey, there's the blister clones. It's just unfortunate that sometimes they actually avoid or run away from the blister clones, and I also keep still running out of fury. Well, I can hit multiple of these at a time. Sometimes if they stand still. Wow, I'm actually doing some damage to them as compared to the last time I was here. Now, last time I was here, it took forever for me to do this, but especially with the blister clones, I'm actually dropping them a lot more quickly. And I actually have more targets to keep spamming my war cries and my ultimate. I mean, originally, this idea of running blisters, or clearing these blisters, was strictly to boost the damage. Because if I'm going up against the boss by itself, and I try to use my shouts, then the cooldown on it is pretty massive. Same thing goes with like Wrath of the Berserker, which is dependent on my shouts to reduce its cooldown. But now, I'm in a really good situation where by getting the Lilith power, not only can I create my own mobs, like, but whenever I kill this blister, it also does like a ton of damage to whatever boss is there, right? So yeah, I'm gonna open this up. Spoils of greater equipment. I only care about one thing, and it's there. It is 2 scrolls of restoration. That's even better. Hold on. So I get ancestral paths. Yeah, at the end of the day, I'd probably still prefer Tybalt's. Yeah, okay. Maybe I'll throw on Tybalt's at some point. I remember why I'm not running Tybalt's. Tybalt's... I wanted to do Tybalt's, but I don't have... Creates Earthquake. Yeah, I wanted to run Tybalt's, but I don't have a good roll on my Tybalt's. That was the problem. Anyway, I'm gonna back out here.
What? I'll keep my forge hot. Return soon.
Mm. Okay, hold on a second. I do still have my ether, right? I should do this before I crash or something. I should have actually checked how much I had before, but I think I did end up getting like an extra 1,000 out of that. So that helps. And I think this is the last of it too. Oh, that is a lot of resistance to all elements. Okay. That is pretty helpful. Maybe not for this character, but one of my other ones could appreciate it. Counter offensive. I don't think I need that. Crown of Lucian. Okay, I have like a bunch of Crowns of Lucian. And what's this? The third blade. I don't have oh, spelled it wrong, no wonder. I have a third blade already. This one is worse. And then I think... Okay, this is definitely a must keep. Ring of Red Fuhrer. 76% damage. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of this. I have too many. Okay, and out I go. So now I have what I was looking for from the beginning, a Scroll of Restoration, so that I can retemper the berserking on my weapon. And similar situation with my... all this time, I still cannot for the life of me get a GA strength two-handed mace. It's too bad, really.
I'll keep my forge hot. Return soon.
Yeah, I don't know. Wish I had an easier solution for that, but not really making things too easy for me here. I'll salvage this too.
Use it well.
All right. Okay. Now I can retemper this. I guess I've already re-rolled on that one. This one I haven't, so it's time to retemper this
See
one.
some steel you need.
And why did I even have it set to overpower damage to begin with? It's supposed to be berserking. Strange. But whatever, I guess. While Warcry is active? Really? Damage while berserking, finally. Alright, so now my this one is maxed out at last. And as for... like, I'm sitting on like a ton of Obdicite. I can try to like masterwork. Oh, I'll masterwork this one. This would be a good one to masterwork, right? Or this one even. Yeah. Wait a
My
second.
hammer sings on your return.
That ugly bastard helmet that I got. Ooh. Up to a 40% chance to deal 1,380 fire damage on a 750 item power, but it's up to 5,500 fire damage on an 800 item power. Interesting. Yeah, that's a pretty big difference. I don't know if that... seems like a pretty big addition to my overall damage output, but whatever. Hmm. Kind of tempted to just masterwork my sword. Yeah, how far can I get my sword up? Sword and amulet, I guess.
Greetings. How shall I guide my hammer?
But I am running low on materials.
There's a good one.
It should still have enough for what I'm trying to do here. Ooh, cooldown reduction and strength. Okay. Yeah, 19-second Wrath of the Berserker. It's looking pretty good. And then this will eat up some materials. A lot of veiled crystals. Oh, okay. Good. Yeah, that's fine for me. Alright. I mean, I still have enough Obdicite to, like, level up one more thing, but I don't know if there's really anything I'd want to masterwork to rank 8 right now. Not even my... Especially my two-handed weapon. It's not really all that... It's not really all that strong. Okay. Well, I think this is... Alright. I think I'm pretty much at the finale of tonight's stream. Because it is getting close. Hold on a second. It's getting pretty late. I'm gonna have to get going pretty soon. But I'll try to come back a little later if I have time, and if not, then probably tomorrow. Hmm. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do the I'm gonna do this run of Pit 55, and I should have actually maxed this out first, but I don't. I mean, I didn't really have the time to do so. But maybe later I can max out this this boss power. Although, really, the only thing that changes is how much life they lose when if I manage to burst the blister in time. But otherwise, I mean, like, who really cares? Oh, resistances aren't even capped, but I don't know if I care. Because I have so many sources of survivability. Oh, it's because of this DR monster that's causing me a lot of problems. I should be using that rune. I remember now. I'm supposed to use the one that gives me Pokalum. I need to get in on that later, but it's a start. That way I don't have this fury issue. Yeah, my resistances aren't maxed, but I still have enough DR and barrier and fortify that I can afford to stand here and hit everything without having to worry, without a care in the world. But I do still wish my damage were a bit higher for this, especially against the bosses. I'm gonna try and tank it. Yeah, I can't successfully tank it. 105 million on that. Alright. Okay, I gotta kill these ones first, then the other ones come after. There, nice. Now I just gotta hit all 3 of these guys while spinning in circles. I managed to get unstoppable for my war cry. That's nice. I don't think well, I don't want to run all the way back, so next area it is. And no shrines yet so far either. Huh? Alright. wonder how long this unstoppable lasts for. And oh yeah, I'm supposed to get Tybalt's too. Tybalt's is also another source of damage that I'm missing. Need like a good Tybalt's. So there's still some wiggle room for buffing this character up. Yeah. Trying to find these elites here. Here's a good group of monsters. Gonna do a nice little stomp here and get going. Yeah, I'm curious if anyone cares for this at all. So, I mean, I see that there's a fair number of people like watching, but I don't know if there's any particular content you guys care to watch, or you guys are just here to watch me do whatever I feel like. Because if you guys are just lurking and hanging out, having a good time, then no problem, right? Of course. But, like, I don't know if there's some specific content that some of you were looking for, like, with my videos. The next one for sure is going to be Spiritborn, and then after that is going to be Whirlwind Barb, because this character is already, like, pretty nicely set up. But I don't know if there's other things that you guys were curious to see, like a specific type of sorcerer. I'd probably do Ball Lightning next. Yeah, I think that if I were to pick one for to do next, like after Whirlwind Barb, I think I'm gonna be looking at like Ball Lightning for videos. So I don't know if anyone cares to watch me set that up at all. Orange Ball Lightning. Probably wouldn't do Orange Ice Shards. Well, I mean, I don't want to talk about Ice Shards. I'm not counting Ice Shards because I already have an Ice Shards video. But yeah, I wanted to set up some of the other ones for Ball Lightning and all that. Or maybe I don't even need to do Overpower Ball Lightning. Maybe I just need just plain damage without all that Overpower stuff. I feel like all that Overpower stuff, though, could comfortably get some of these builds into in through Pit. I'm surprised more people aren't using that, but I guess there's already so many people who are like locked in on using the Lightning Spear Sorcerer this season. Lightning Spear and Death Trap. Although I guess Death Trap uses a similar principle of spending resource and like gaining it back. But I don't know if that's tied to the boss powers or not. There. Done. So that was another pack, and now I don't know why it feels like I'm doing less damage than before. Like, the run is still going, and I have only 9 minutes left. Even though my equipment is actually better than what it was when I ran it last time. I don't remember how long it took me to clear it last time, but it doesn't feel like it took this long. Yeah, I'm running like a 96% roll on my Ugly Bastard helm too. Shouldn't be a problem. Okay, I'm gonna look for a bigger pack, I think. Although I think this might be a dead end. Or not. Does kind of looks like a dead end, but there's also another area there, so probably still more to it. Oh, you know why this might be taking a little longer than usual? I didn't get like a second shrine. I'm missing a second shrine. Oh, whatever. Yeah. Last time I guess I actually had shrines. This time I don't. Whoa, lag. I just need to clear these three. I think I should be ready to fight the boss after. Alright. There. Alright. Sorry, hold on a second. I gotta actually pay attention for the boss fight, but I appreciate you guys chiming in here. Yo, this does take a while to Man, I can't actually kill these clones in time, huh? Like, they don't last long enough here. I'm just trying to see. I could take down like a third of its life. I guess I can't really use it for what I wanted to use it for. Like, I'm trying to use these blisters, like, not just as a way to, like, reduce the cooldown of my shouts, but also to make it easier to bring down the boss, right? Like, because if I kill those things in, like, 15 seconds, I can actually take down, like, what, 4% per, zit that I pop? Yeah, I still don't want to risk getting hit by those. Alright. Yeah, let me see what you guys are saying in chat. Okay, I mean, like I said, I appreciate that you guys went out of your way to kind of respond to my question here, because, yeah, I want to know what kind of content I can put out to, like, better service people. Like, of course, I could always just throw in, like, a death trap rogue and call it a day, but, you know, it's been overdone. Like, I want to do something that, you know, other people haven't already done, so that there's, like, a reason for me to make content rather than just regurgitating the same thing that everyone else has made, right? Anyway, yeah, so just a guy was saying, not gonna lie, I'm kind of using your stream as background noise while I grind. Plus it's nice to learn a thing or two every once in a while. Okay, yeah, I respect that. Yeah, because, honestly, yeah, I suspect that that's what a lot of people, like, tune into my content for. That's why I'm, like, asking this question, right? If people don't care, then I'll just make whatever, you know, I'll just run whatever stream I feel like. I'll play whatever character I feel like without a care in the world, which would be great. Actually, I would prefer that the most, because then, yeah, like, one day I might feel like playing Whirlwind Barb, another day I might feel like playing Sorcerer, another day I might feel like pushing Pit with Companion Druid, right? So that would be the best case scenario for me, because then I don't have to decide. But maybe there's people who specifically want to see, like, me play, like, more Necro builds, or more, like, want to see me actually finish my Thorns Barb or Whirlwind Barb, you know, like, trying to get a good census for that. So that's kind of why I'm asking. So yeah, that's my 2 cents there. And Aaron was saying, sorry, I was in a nightmare dungeon. What was the runes you said for minion necro? Right. The runes were Ahu and I'm trying to remember here. I'm just gonna avoid getting hit by that. That's cool, because that might kill me. It's Ahu and Zan. So Ahu is the rune of ritual, where you need to trigger lucky hit against, I think it's non-healthy enemies. But the thing is, if you're playing as a Necro now, minions are you, so they inherit your lucky hit chance, right? Anyway, so yeah, that's for the ritual rune, and then the other rune is the rune of invocation, which is Zan rune. So Zan rune is the rune that guarantees that you get crit overpower on your hits for, like, the next 0.35 seconds or something like that. And if you get overflow, then it is increases the duration too. So yeah, yeah. So Zan and Ahu are the runes you're looking for. Lone Wolf McQuaid, you were asking about Chain Lightning. Okay, I could do Chain Lightning. I got no. Whoa. I'm scared that one might have killed me. Yeah. Chain Lightning. I considered Chain Lightning. I don't have an issue with Chain Lightning. I guess I could just do Chain Lightning. Yeah. I'll think about that one. I think the reason why I'm kind of whatever about Chain Lightning is just because I don't know. I guess it's because I've done Chain Lightning before already. But yeah, you're right, actually. I could totally do Chain Lightning. That reminds me of the Thorn Spiritborn, which I saw Ponyhoff do after I asked. It's hilarious to me because I did, Oh, okay. Well, I don't want to give you the wrong impression. It's not like I'm trying to ask people, like, oh, what build do you want to see me play? And then I'm just going to, like, take full credit, right? It's not like that. Um, because I know that you had some issues like that, and I'm not. I don't want to like do you dirty like that, right? But yeah, I mean, I just want to kind of get a feel for how, like, what things people would want to see. That's mainly it. Hope I'm not giving the wrong impression here. And also with regards to Thorn Spiritborn, it's funny because part of the reason I did not play Thorn Spiritborn is because I know that Ponyhoff had actually just done Thorn Spiritborn the day before, so I was thinking, well, if he did a Thorn Spiritborn, there's no need for me to do a Thorn Spiritborn. That's another reason why I did the Poison Breath, Ashava's Poison Breath, Noxious Resonance build. So, yeah. Lone Wolf McQuaid was asking, have I used it with Axial Conduit? It's a very good question. Of course I have. Yeah, absolutely I have. You know what? You probably weren't around last season when I did my Torment 4 clear with a Sorcerer. Last season, it's on my channel actually. I did Torment 4, Pit 65 last season, with the Chain Lightning Sorcerer using an Overpower Axial Conduit setup. So I can actually talk about that very briefly before I hop off. Let me just make sure that everything is all peachy here. Damage while berserking, critical strike damage. Oh yeah, I need to replace this with Tybalt's one day. Well, I'll sort that out some other time, but yeah, I have a lot of Duriel mets, so I'm gonna need to run a whole bunch of Duriel to get through his immune phases, but yeah, I could use a Tybalt's. Tybalt's is actually like a free 20% more damage potentially because I'm permanently unstoppable, or pretty much permanently unstoppable with Wrath of the Berserker and which one gives me unstoppable? Is it this one? Yeah, Rallying Cry. Yeah, so I gotta make sure that I take advantage of that. Yeah, lose out on armor, but I don't think I care. I'm already sitting on like 1700 armor. If I take this off, I replace it with Tybalt's, then I'm sure I can figure out how I can gain armor elsewhere. I get it. It was just a weird coincidence because I haven't really watched his stuff. I'm not sure what to say. Yeah, I'm not sure what to say there. I mean, he's totally entitled to do a Thorn Spiritborn. If it's, somebody pops the idea into his mind, he does it. He's the one who did it. So, what can I say? All right. So, let's see. Okay, I have to get going pretty soon, but I'm going to take a moment to, yeah, since we were talking about Axial Conduit, Lone Wolf McQuaid. Uh, do I still have that build, actually? Electra? Oh, yeah! Wow. I actually still have Electra. I was gonna, like... I was actually going to delete her, but I think I still have her. Alright, here. Let me, This is Eternal Realm, I know. But, oh, yeah, last season I had the Witch powers, though. That's the thing. So it might not be as strong on Eternal, but I think I should still have, the whole setup.
Good place for us to regroup.
Teleport, cooldown, ice shards. What is this? Oh, I guess maybe I did try to do like ice shards or something. Wait, let me check something. Oh, okay, it's starting to come back to me. This is okay because I was trying to mess around with like 4 different builds. So I had Chain Lightning that I used to clear Pit 65. Then for Torment 4. Then I made an Ice Shards build, then I made my Mega Meteor build, and I was gonna do other ones, but I ran out of time last season because some IRL stuff got me. But here, if I switch out for my Axial Conduit, right? This is my Axial Conduit build, so I want to actually show it off really quickly. I know you probably don't care, but I'm gonna show it anyway. Well, I mean, you're asking if I use it with Axial Conduit, and the answer is yes. So I guess technically you would care, maybe. I'm gonna do Pit 50. I'm gonna show a bit of mercy to myself. So, the way it worked last season, or, well, the way it works now, is, yeah, most people just run Chain Lightning on Axial Conduit, and that's that. They probably even run, like, Azarath and all that, but the way I make mine, here. I'm just waiting for There it is. You see the crit overpower, right? Yeah, so I'm just waiting for like the lightning to... Yeah, it's 37.9 million. Oh, back in last season, I was actually also generating Fortify with the boss powers. That's the other thing that's missing. But yeah, you can kind of see, like, they're taking a while to die again. That's kind of what happens when all these boss powers are missing. But yeah, this is kind of the backbone of how the build operated. I threw in... Whoa, lag. Well, you got the idea, though. It's a pretty interesting setup. Get the axial conduit, and then you just throw in a whole bunch of chain lightning overpower. Yeah. That's the way I built my guy. And in its current state, it's a little too weak for me to use like this. But the reason why this is, like, chain lightning works so well with Banished Lords is because with axial conduit, it'll automatically... Even without any boss powers, it'll push itself up to 275 mana. Like, I'll drain 275 mana, or I'll, in quotes, spend it automatically. So, yeah. I have so yeah, you get the idea. But I have used Chain Lightning with Axial Conduit. And if I were to make it again this season, I guess part of the reason I wouldn't want to do one with like I wouldn't want to prioritize Chain Lightning is because this season there's already a boss power that drains out all your mana. So you don't actually need to rely on Chain Lightning with Axial Conduit to drain out all your mana for Banished Lord's Talisman. Yeah. Yeah, so this season I think that's why I wanted to prioritize all the other builds, right? Because how often do you get a season where you can actually like mess around with overpower meteors from Starfall Coronet, or well, you can't do overpower Blizzard, right? But overpower ball lightnings. Last season I was trying to do that, but it was so buggy, it didn't work the way I wanted it to. So here I have overpower ice shards. This whole setup that I have, and by the way, like, what's so special about overpower, right? Like, some people will say that, oh, well, you know, overpower is only good with Barb because Barb can get a lot of overpower damage, but that's just not true. Okay, I'm gonna prove it. I was talking to Medivh. Actually, speaking of which, where is Medivh? I should really message him in the future if I'm starting up my stream, because I think sometimes he doesn't know that my stream's up, because he usually loves to, like, come over immediately when I get my stream up. At least as far as I can tell, anyway. Alright, well, yeah. Okay, so I have this set up. Yes, do Meteor. You want me to do Meteor? I can do Meteor, but I want to show you something, okay, Lone Wolf? This is the inspiration. Like, actually, this is perfect. The fact that there's so many of you guys here. I want to show you guys something. Because the last time I tested this, it was only when Medivh was around in chat. So, Lone Wolf, I want to show you... Okay, so... I have Banished Lord's Talisman, and I have Ice Shards, right? So check this. Just, like, you can take a look at this. So, my normal damage... I'm going to take off my boss power. Well, actually, I need my boss power, or else... Maybe I'll use, like, a weak boss power. Is there such a thing? Maybe this one? Hold on. This isn't looking right. Invoke a skill from another class. This is on a 1 second delay, I think, right? Maybe that's why. Anyway, hold on. Let me just... Okay, let me try this again. So, let me load up the boss training dummy here. And you'll see when I hit it. Okay, hold on a second. That was a very poor demo. I'm trying to figure out how to make it so I can actually see which powers... Maybe this one? Okay, yeah, this is perfect. Yeah, because this pool does, like, almost no damage. Alright. So, right now, my regular ice shards hit for... you can see here, 1,000. 1,000... Or... I was gonna say 1,000k, so that's basically 1.7 million here. Right? It's like hitting for about a 1.7 million top end right now. None of them went beyond the 2 million mark. But as soon as I fire this overpower, crit overpower, suddenly it spikes up to about 5.5 million top end. So just having overpower alone is a 3x multiplier. And this is before I actually bother to scale up any of my I don't like I haven't scaled up my life, you know, like all of my equipment is, well, yeah, none of my equipment is like GA life, right? I don't have very many life modifiers. I have a bunch of Paragon points that are still chilling. I didn't use Incense or Elixir. Rahir did manage to generate me max Fortify, but yeah, so that's the tech that I was trying to hype up with Ice Shards, but I needed the runes for it, and it was only with Medivh's help that I finally got it. And boom, look at that, 12.6 million, right? So now, if I take a moment to switch it over to, what was the other one? Starfall Coronet, right? Yeah, so I don't really need to have like a crazy strong meteor. Just need to show how it works, how it operates. So this is with meteor. Wait. Oh, this has the wrong runes. Well, I don't think it'll matter too much though, because yeah, it still drains out my mana, so this is perfect. I just can't like keep resetting. That's the problem. Oh, does my? Okay, so now I'm gonna drop another meteor, and whoa, what's that lag? I don't know what that lag was, but yeah, you see like the meteors are only hitting for like 92k, 115k. Okay, now my next meteors are gonna hit for like 350k plus, I think. Here I go. 400, yeah, you see like 755k. So, yeah, like next, well, I did my Whirlwind Barb, right? I even cleared a Pit 55 here, so that's fine. Yeah, the next time I'll be streaming, whether it be tomorrow or Thursday, I'll probably spend a lot of, or I'll have a lot of emphasis on these weird sorcerer builds that are going to be more reliant on this interaction of draining out mana through this Avarice's Explosive Ore to pump out any boss power, I feel like, really. Hold on, let me see if I can... Wandering Death... Which one was I using? Oh yeah, it was this one, Harbinger of Hatred's Volley. Yeah, so it's this weird interaction of draining out mana with that boss power, and then abusing that in conjunction with Banished Lord's Talisman to guarantee crit overpowers. And so, yeah, that combination will allow, like, it basically amps up the overall power of the build. Like, keep in mind that this build without that hold on a second. When I was running just Ice Shards by itself, without any orange numbers, like without Banished Lord's Talisman and all that, I was still able to clear Pit 55 just fine. And with time to spare too. My damage numbers were like 1.5 million per Ice Shard, but it was like, I'm like firing 10 of them at once, right? But now I can like 3x that damage with this setup. So it's I'm excited for the next stream. Okay. So I'm gonna leave it there. I hope that those of you who came in got a chance to learn something new, and that it was at least somewhat interesting, kind of watching me kind of like demo this for you folks. But yeah, that's all I really wanted to show, I guess. Yeah, look at that, 5.4 million. I don't know why this Hail of Varglass gives so much damage. Well, whatever. Spend 100% of my maximum resource. There's got to be some other ways to get resource generation and all that, but whatever. I'll sort that out another time. Back rune, Yule rune. Oh yeah, here's the Zan rune. Yeah, a lot of really fun combinations can mess around with. Hey, what is this? Mystical Frost on Freeze and Vulnerable. think I was supposed to use that on one of my builds, right? I don't even remember. But where's that Pock rune? I also had a Pock rune, I think, on my Spiritborn. I'm gonna go fetch that really quickly. Anyway, anything else you guys wanted to chat about? I'm gonna be gone in less than a minute probably, so, or a minute or two. So yeah, I just wanted to wrap up any remaining conversations you guys wanted to have, but otherwise off I go. Yeah, and then I need to put my video together real quick and then get ready to go out, I guess. Where's that Pokrun? I had a Pokrun, right? I had a Pokrun, I think it was on... Yeah, I have a Pokrun on this guy, but I'm not actually using it. Oh, this is perfect. Alright. Yeah, this might be perfect then. And some knife. Thorns, yeah. Like how I named it Thorns and now it's a Whirlwind Barb. So. This is kind of solid.
I wish Feyera could see this place. Oh, I
Okay.
do miss her.
Thorns, Whirlwind. What did I want to do here? Oh yeah, Pokrun. That's what it was. Oh, there's also Nagy Rune. That's for my Druid. I totally forgot to pick that up, but that's okay. Alright, Pokrun. Ah, here it is. Spend 5% of my maximum resource and I restore 3.5 primary resource. Now, if I had like even a little bit of resource generation, I think I could just keep my Whirlwind going. But this should be a good... Well, this should help a lot either way. I'm going to run pit really quickly. It doesn't need to be a pit 55. Even a pit 50 should be sufficient. Yeah, alright. Yeah, I see there's more people slowly trickling in, but sorry, I do have to go. My stream has been up for 3 hours already, so it's already been a pretty long one, I think. Okay, so then now I just start spinning. And yeah, the damage is good, but even after the cry or the shouts wear off, yeah, it's not an end-all be-all solution, unfortunately, and I don't have a way to constantly keep pumping up this power, but it helps. It definitely helps, especially if I hit monsters too. Yeah, like look at this. I haven't used any war cries, so as long as if I didn't have this this Pock rune, then yeah, I think I would actually drain my Fury a lot quicker. But yeah, I'm liking this. Yeah, I like being able to just keep spamming this Whirlwind and not having to worry. Reduce my active ultimate cooldown. I might actually be able to replace that. Just don't really feel like that's my limiting factor anymore. I could probably find some better rune to throw in, but yeah. Oh, anyway. Maybe like a way to execute, but it's bosses specifically I need to figure out a response for, but oh well. Hey, wait a second. Wait. What about Zanrune? A thought just occurred to me. That Zanrune, it makes my hits crit overpower, right? That includes minions. That includes thorns. That means that it should also work for Whirlwind too. Okay, well, with that in mind, I'm excited for the next time I stream. I'll have to think more about that. That's quite a discovery today. That's huge. That gives me something to work with for how I can play around with this Whirlwind Barb a bit more, but yeah. I even have my own Zanrune, so this is actually perfect. Alrighty, folks. Yeah, this is where I'm going to drop the stream. So it's been a pleasure. Thanks again, everyone. Aaron, Lone Wolf, I'm just a guy. All of you three. Really appreciate you hanging out and chatting with me. It was nice to get a census on what content might be worth putting out, because that's something I really do. I mean, I'm really enjoying making content for Diablo 4, streaming for you folks and talking, but also being able to help people get into like Torment 4 and all that. So more to come soon. Again, Whirlwind tonight, hopefully. No, wait. Spiritborn, I'm working on that tonight, and then tomorrow will probably be the Barbarian one, and then yeah, the Sorcerer stuff, and then next week is gonna be the PTR. So it's gonna be a pretty loaded 2 weeks. I'm really excited for this, and I hope you folks are too. All right, have a good night, everyone. Hope you enjoyed hanging out. Appreciate you all watching. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. Adventurer out.